Hi everybody, this is Blossom from Tales Unfold, and today I have a bit of a different video for you. I've been asked how I do my Reiki Infused Guided Journeys, and even though you can find information on my website about that, I also thought, oh, okay, well, I can make a little video and show you actually instead of just writing about it. So one of my services is Reiki Infused Guided Journeys that I create for you. And currently on my website, by the time of filming, I have 4 different ones that I offer. One is a journey into Faery, I have a trauma release journey, I have a general Reiki journey that everybody gets who books an actual Reiki distance session with me. And then I also have my newest one, the Ancestral healing guided journey, and I will talk more about that. However, the way I create them, so let's start at the beginning, right? Before I even record or do anything with it, infuse them with Reiki and other things, but we'll come to that too. I need to, of course, have an idea what I actually want to do, right? And this is not just about, oh, okay, I create pretty imagery and just do another guided journey or guided meditation. Those that I offer come from a place where I actually journeyed into. Those are real places in either the underworld, the other world, somewhere on the astral realm, however you define those things for yourself, right? For example, the Faery journey, those are places that are very well known in the Faery realm, and there's always a certain way how to enter the Faery realm through specific imagery, and with it's loaded with symbolism, right? And that is actually a very important step on it, to use those things. So to enter the underworld, or to enter, and just by the way, when I say the underworld, I come from a Celtic fairy tradition. All good, because I know that sometimes ruffles some feathers. But yes, underworld, good thing in Celtic, in the Celtic tradition. However, so to enter into Faery, often you can step into a well, you can step into, well, you can also step into a hollow tree. So you can enter through that too, which is also known in shamanic journeying, right? Otherwise, you can cross lakes, you can use a glass boat, you can go from one riverside to the other, you can ride the 9th wave, you can enter through burial mounds, you can enter through stone circles. So all those images you can use to create a guided journey, or even if you just want to do a journey by yourself, to enter. And those kind of images I definitely use. So this would be the journey into Faery. Now, when it comes to the trauma release journey, I created that to release stuck emotions and to help you to distance yourself a little bit. We have, of course, to work through our trauma. May that be through therapy, may that whatever you choose to do there. But those things are often stuck, and they are stuck in our bodies, right? And those trapped emotions. And this journey I created specifically for when you have already a little bit of a distance from it, you worked already in some way or another through it, so you're not in the height of maybe experiencing PTSD, or if you are really, let's say your trauma is no more than a few days old or a couple of weeks old or whatever, this is not exactly the time to do it, right? But this can come a bit later, because trauma stays with us for years if we don't go really into it and actively try to release it. And the memories of it, memories are gonna stay, right? However, there, for the trauma release journey, I also took care to go to a place that is real for me, that I actually visited already, right? This is all the images I create is because I've been there in my own journey work. And I do a lot of journey work because I usually don't label myself. I usually don't say I'm this, I'm that, or that. But if we have to, I'm probably going more towards hedge witchery, which is a lot of journey work, right? And so, where was I? Got distracted there. For the trauma release, what I also try to do in these journeys is, in every journey that I do, make sure we do some form of clearing, right? And protection. So you can be sure that you are safe and protected throughout the entirety of your journey, right? So that is something that I create first through images, through putting images in your mind so you can take care of it yourself, so you have the power to do those things, right? And then in the trauma release, we will definitely bring up those uncomfortable emotions, those uncomfortable memories, those devastating memories. Let's not say uncomfortable, because that sounds like it can be devastating, right? And we're gonna literally shake it up. You will see if you decide to get that journey, right? Then we can release it, and at the end of every journey, I will also bring you out safely. That is super important. And then we have, I mentioned now briefly the Reiki journey. The Reiki journey is a very general journey. It's not guided, or it's not geared towards anything specific. It's a general healing. This is a journey you will get if you book a distance Reiki session. You will get that anyway. And if you don't want to have a full distance Reiki session because you just want to try it out, then you get that journey, which is a very general, again, clearing and cleansing, protection, all of that is in there, but it's more for a general healing. It's not specifically geared towards any specific issues. Then my last one that I've created and just recently put on my homepage is the Ancestral Healing Journey. I came to it, so I traveled those realms myself, as I mentioned now, and I was shown that so quickly. So when I set the intention to create journeys like that, I do connect with my spirit team, if you like, the fairy guides, other spirits that are helping me. I also work with Kanunas and Bridget, and the Ancestral Healing Journey was shown to me so quickly. How I'm supposed to guide people through it, what the way is, what the exact steps are to get there, and how to release ancestral trauma, ancestral turmoil, ancestral patterns that needs to be untangled. All of that, it was shown to me so quickly. And I noticed that also in either my house healing, my full house healing reports, or the personal clearings, the clearings of the personal energy field, that it shows up often. There is a section that is called the past life issues, and I just kept seeing more and more that this is not one person, that this is much more ancestral for most people. It has to do a lot with the ancestral lineage, and it's not so much about just the personal past life issues. And that needs a lot of clearing, and it comes up more and more. And so I was shown that really very quickly how to do this journey. And I think that was just to really get it out very fast. You know, that I don't have to think for weeks and months how to create a journey or whatever. It was there like this. So I traveled those realms myself. You would cross the river of blood, again coming from the fairy tradition. The river of blood is just the ancestral stream, and you can find it in the old folklore, and you can find it in the Celtic tradition as well, in the underworld. And that's where you have to go to do this healing work, and that's where I will guide you. And I've traveled, like I say, every place I've traveled there myself. I did the work myself before I put anything out there. Now, so to create those journeys, I have to journey myself. That's the first step. Then, of course, what I do is then writing the scripts. So the whole things make sense and it's not just random images here and there. Entry and exit is very important. So we also have to look at the psychological values here and the psychological steps you need to take to bring something in and take somebody out safely. Of course, when you do something like trauma release, that doesn't mean that you may not feel upset later. You probably will, but it is still important to do this as safe as possible. I also always say anybody who purchase a journey from me, that I am there. You can write me at any time if anything comes up, if you just want to write your experience, if you just want to talk about it, I'm always available via email. So, and when the script is then all done, then it's time for some recording. I do this recording in my bedroom because it's the best place sound-wise to do those things, right? To do the recording. When I did my audiobook some years back now, not that long, when I did that, I had a bit of a better setup, but it is absolutely fine. It works quite well in the bedroom, obviously. I also have a big teddy bear. My excuse for him is that he is a sound buffer, and we leave it at that. I really like to do the recordings also in the bedroom because that's where I do my own personal journeys. I don't know why, it just feels like a very good place. Well, I do know why, because there are, you know, we're talking about earth energy spirals, so there is definitely something that feels very good there and is perfect for meditation and journey work. So after a recording is done, then it of course comes to editing, which is a bit of a boring process, but you take out any clicks, any mouse noise, any too loud breath, all that, so it sounds nice even for the audio files out there. And then we do the Reiki Infusion. For the Reiki Infusion, I will always start with clearing my own space. So here is where I actually do the Reiki work. And then I clear first my space. So that might be through burning some incense or using my spray. Also through sound with a singing bowl. Got the word there. And so making sure that this is all nice and clear before I even start the Reiki session. Because I treat it as a whole Reiki session as I would with any person, you know, or animal. I also do animal Reiki. So in the first round, so if it is entirely done and the file is open, I will start my computer, run it out, and during the entirety of the track I will let Reiki run in the first round. So there will be layers. So I let Reiki run, so I use both Usui Reiki and Kundalini Reiki, except for the Reiki journey, which is just Usui Reiki. I will use the symbols accordingly, so we always start with Chokurei to clear everything, and also I will put everybody into a protective bubble before and after, and in between I will use the different symbols and so on. Then this is done, right? And then comes other patterns. I will also use of different other healing modalities or healing techniques. Sorry, I am unscripted today, and I'm so nervous about being unscripted. Yeah, so what I love, absolutely love to use is asking plant spirit to weave into this track. And that really depends on what journey we are dealing with. I will then bring out all my plants, all my dried herbs, and ask to weave in. I will use that. I also use the energy of elements, so fire, water, air and earth. I also sometimes use crystals, and I also use sound. So this can be the sound itself by the music I use, or I still bring in sound patterns of the singing bowl or my steel tongue drum, for example, or by simply singing. And I do that while the track is then again playing once again. So usually I do 2 entire playthroughs through the track, right? And one is the Reiki, and then the other one I layer all the other healing energies that I can muster. And then I will bring it out. And the intention is always for everyone who listens to this track. And this is how I do my Reiki Infused Guided Journeys. It's a mouthful. I absolutely love them. I love doing them, but like I said in the beginning, I am not pushing it. It comes to me when it comes to me. It has to be a natural process. I have to travel there myself. I ask my guides if that needs to be out, and if so, there we go. So that's why right now I have only 4. I also have more guided journeys free on YouTube, so even with Faery or so especially with Faery I have quite a few, I think. And I also bring out some seasonal ones, you know, but they are not Reiki infused, and there's no healing energy within those tracks whatsoever. I started doing the Reiki infused journeys just more recently. I don't know when exactly this video comes out, maybe a year ago, something like that. And yeah, so I love it. I absolutely love to offer that. It's also very affordable for somebody who never had any kind of energy healing and just want to try it out a little bit, is not sure to get a full energy healing just yet, just wants to check it out a little bit, how it feels. I also include, for those who never had an energy healing of any sort, to include an information sheet about post-healing session, the healing crisis. I also have a video about that. You can find that on my channel. Because it is definitely healing, you know, Reiki is happening, healing is happening. So always drink enough. That's what I think is always the most important. Drink enough, take it easy on that day when you do that journey. And like I say, if there are any questions or anything like that, I'm always available. Yeah, good. So I hope that answers the question of how I do this journey. So thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And as always, it really helps if you like, subscribe and hit the notification bell that you don't miss anything. I know it's boring and it's annoying to always say that, but it really helps. I need a bit of a boost for my YouTube channel. So, because it's a lot of work. Most people know that, right? And it's a bit imbalanced. That's okay, you know, those things happen, but that's why I ask you, that's why I do that annoying thing with like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. As always, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. I hope your world is kind. Much love and bye.